Sup fam, Matt from Coasters and Brews here. It's no secret if you follow our channel that we just went on a pretty big Euro trip hitting 7 parks in 7 days. Phantasialand was one of them, where we of course got on the all-new F.L.Y. F.L.Y is a next-generation Vekoma flying roller coaster that apparently stands for Flying Launched Roller Coaster. Not sure where the Y part of the acronym comes in from, but whatever. This ride is also located in the all-new Rookburg section of the park, which has a very similar feel to Diagon Alley at Universal Studios Orlando. F.L.Y is in fact the world's longest flying roller coaster, with a length of 4,055 feet, or 1,236 meters, and reaches a speed of 48.5 miles per hour, or 78.1 kilometers per hour. And I'm here to tell you all about it. Next, I'm going to go over what the ride does, from the queue to finish, then give you my personal positives and negatives. Let's do it. So you enter the queue in the back of the Rookburg section of the park. You walk through and eventually go down some stairs into a room where 3 screens demonstrate how to use the locker system in English, German, and French. The ride uses a locker system very similar to Velocicoaster and Steel Vengeance, except here they give you a wristband which you use to actually close your locker and then reopen it at the end of the ride. You then walk through a set of metal detectors and then into the well-themed loading station. When you are loaded onto the train, you start in the seated position, like a B&M flyer. But what's different here is, when you are dispatched, you continue in the seated position. You then make a right turn out of the station, up an incline, then another right turn, into another incline. And it is at the end of this incline where you are then flipped into the flying position and continue into the first launch bay. You are launched at 44.7 miles per hour, or 72 kilometers per hour, into a left bank turnaround, and then come into your first inversion, which is a pretty forceful 0G roll. You then hit a drop, which delivers some nice positives, into another left turn. You then come up into a quick right turn before the train dives down into a quick and intense downward left helix. You then come up into a quick right turn. You then straighten out before diving down under the structure with a downward right turn. At this point of the ride, as you can tell from the way I am describing, it is very difficult to tell and understand where you are at this part of the ride. You then hit your second launch at 37.2 miles per hour, or 62 kilometers per hour, and this is very much a whoa moment of the ride, as you already have no idea what the hell is going on. I can't even imagine what you are going through if you have no idea about this launch. You are then launched into a very steep upwards hill that brings you to your highest part of the ride. You then descend down another left turnaround into a right overbank turn, which you descend down for a little before hitting a quick, slightly upward left turn, which you then hit a very intense right helix quickly into a downward hill, and it was right here that I thought personally was the best part of the ride. Well, at least it feels like you are, moving so fast that when you descend down this hill, you are really thrown into your seat, and the positives are really just smacking you in the face. And if that isn't enough, you are then thrown into a corkscrew. Wild sequence of elements right there, fam, let me tell you. You then hit another left turnaround, another quick left turn, and a right turn before hitting one more dive down into the brakes, which also delivers some positives. You are then returned to the seated position, which I should add here is not done like your standard flying coasters. The track actually turns 90 degrees, and the seats then rotate downward. I really thought this was a super unique way to do this. Def enjoyed it more than the way B&M does it, just under the track. You then hit the final brake run and exit the station to the other side of the locker area, where you use your wristband to retrieve your belongings, and then you actually have to return the bracelet here to be let out of the locker area. Alright fam, so some positives, let's go. This ride is truly a mind-blowing, unique, and even though it only goes 48 miles per hour, or 78.1 kilometers per hour, it is also a very intense experience. Definitely the most intense ride in the park. The launches from the flying position are chef's kiss, fam. The Rookburg setting while you're flying around is gorgeous. The locker system the ride utilizes is great, and more parks need to do it if you are enforcing no loose articles. Stop being greedy. The non-bulky restraints are incredible and a true game changer on a flyer. And last, the pacing on the ride is just fantastic. I truly felt like there was never a dull moment on the ride. It was just awesome. Alright, y'all. All rides have them, so here are some negatives. From being thrown around so much, the restraints actually start to wear on your shoulders. It didn't bother me too much, but it does cause discomfort and could make re-riding more difficult. The ride is disorienting. Even on my second ride, I had no idea where I was on this track. Once again, didn't really bother me, but could make marathoning difficult. The locker exit area is very small and difficult to move around in. I know this seems like a small complaint, but I still found it annoying. Overall, we love this ride, fam. I can't speak for Drew, but I thought it was the second best coaster in the park, right behind Black Mamba, and is easily ahead of Terran, and currently sits in my top 25 at 24 out of 333 coasters, fam. We did get rides in row 3 and in the very back, and can say I preferred the back for it was just the more intense experience. I really hope we start seeing these pop up in the US. Let me know in the comment section below what parks in the United States you'd love to see these flying machines at, or even just what parks in general do you think these would work well at. Alright, well, that's all I got, fam. If you enjoyed this review, please hit that like button, and maybe even leave it a comment saying so. And if you didn't, well, fuck you. JK, if you don't agree with my thoughts on the ride, let me know in the comment section below as well. Till next time, fam, peace.